Hello everyone, I'm Izzy.
Xiaomi.
We have a slightly different style. Today we're going to be talking about different things about Japan, different cultures surrounding maybe food, travel, anything like that. We're going to start with some of our questions, just kind of wondering about like if I go to a restaurant, if there's things that are expected of me. What are some like differences in the culture there, if there's like any rules surrounding that, like if there's something unacceptable maybe?
One big difference between restaurants in the US and in Japan is the server. Here in the US, one specific server is assigned to, for example, your table. And that one specific server has maybe a couple other tables that they're in charge of, and then other servers are in charge of their own tables. In Japan, we don't have like a specific server that's in charge of your table.
So all of the servers are working with like all of the tables?
Yep.
Interesting. Do they still have tips in Japan?
We don't.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I was like, okay, we have like one specific server per, because those servers get tips because they're not paid well. Do you know anything about the pay like being potentially better in that case?
Living cost in Japan is a lot cheaper than here, right? $7 to $8 an hour.
Okay. But that's with an entirely different economy, so.
Right.
Yeah.
All the workers will be paid with that wage, right? And then because they don't accept tip, that's their wage, like $8 an hour. As customers, whenever you want something, we just say sumimasen. Sumimasen means excuse me. So if you just say sumimasen, then whoever that's closest to you would come to you and then help you. Whoever's here in the US, they would sometimes come to you and they'll try to have like a small
How's the
talk,
food
right?
going? Like stuff like that.
Which can be really annoying sometimes.
Yes, so yeah.
In Japan, they don't do that. We have to say sumimasen, so and then they will come to you.
Okay.
So they won't interrupt you in that sense.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it seems like there's a lot of people like within the business, more of the workers are working together as a team. Would you say that that is maybe like not just the restaurant industry?
I guess, yeah, it is a really collectivist society where you're supposed to be doing the same thing. You're supposed to be the same as other people in general, like how you look, how you talk, how you behave and stuff. Being part of a group, being together, working together is a huge part, culturally in Japan.
That does bring me to another question I had. Being that Japan is more of that like collectivist culture, where America's definitely, individualistic. What differences do you notice in that more collectivist culture, if anything stands out to you?
From my personal experience since I was a kid, I always wanted to be different. I didn't want to do the same thing that other people do. Japanese society, like a couple other Asian countries, a really super intense collectivist society where you have to be the same. If you're Japanese. If you're not Japanese,
as an expectation to like fit in.
Yeah, there's a huge societal pressure to be the same if you're Japanese. If you're a foreigner, then you get a pass, so that's good. For someone like me who look not typical Japanese male in the society who work, we can't have long hair.
Really? What? I feel like there's so many things like on animes or stuff with like long hair.
Basically, anime is really an escape place for people who are oppressed by society to go to kind of release their stress, because they can't express themselves that much, right? You can't, like, for example, typical men, we can't wear earrings.
Oh yeah, you guys gotta see these earrings. They're little kitties. Oh, they're so cute.
I am super weird from Japanese perspective. Long hair, earrings, I have tattoos, which is also taboo in Japanese society. Part of LGBTQ, I have mental illness. All of these are also taboo in Japan.
Wow.
So like in many ways, if you're different in even one aspect, you become an easy target to be bullied, ostracized. Statistically, I think less than 2% are foreigners in Japan.
Wow, like living in Japan.
Yeah, 98% Japanese, like looking like this, right? So it's super homogeneous society. When you look even a little bit different, then of course discrimination happens. It's like when you go to Tokyo and other big cities, there will be more foreigners, but statistically speaking, it is like 98%, right? I said earlier, I have tattoos, right? I had this, I would go to this hair salon, and there was this Japanese lady who I was getting closer with. I went there like 5 or 6 times, maybe. So we were like good friends, right?
That was, yeah, you're a normal person.
The moment I told her I was planning to get tattoos, the first thing she said was, "Oh, so you've been faking the whole time. You're a bad person." From her perspective, any Japanese who has tattoo or wants to get a tattoo are bad. Immediately.
What?
Like we had, like I said, we had
Oh my gosh.
5 times or 6 times of talking, you know, good relationship. When I said, "Hey, I'm gonna have tattoo," she's like,
Just
"Oh."
instant, a flip of a switch.
Yeah.
You know why, like, tattoos specifically are so, I guess, frowned upon?
Well, we have Japanese style tattoos, we call it irezumi, and then Western style tattoos, we call them tattoo. Historically, the Yakuzas, the Japanese mafia, have been getting tattoos. Kind of similar to like some gangs in this country,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They have, you know, particular tattoos that they would get, the Japanese style tattoos, to show that they're part of the gang, Yakuza gang and stuff. So people, common people will like directly connect. Whoever has tattoo are part of mafia. So that's why that hairdresser just, you know, immediately
Was
assumed
like,
that
oh, you're in the mafia. Like,
yeah, that's why you've been faking
wow.
to be nice. If you have tattoo, right, in Japan as a Japanese person, you will get discriminated. You can't go to public swimming pool.
What?
You can't go to like onsen, the public bath. You can't go.
Really?
They will stop you. Yeah. So
when you got that, you were like, now I have to choose for my life that
Yeah.
I can never go back there.
Right.
To those places.
So it is a huge commitment
Oh
as
my
a Japanese
gosh.
to get a tattoo. It's not just me who might get like discriminated. There's a risk for the entire family to be bullied. In society, we do, you know, from Confucianism, we value family more than yourself. So you have to always think about what might happen to your family by your personal action. Getting a tattoo, personally, I did kind of open up a possibility for some ignorant people to just judge not only me, but judge my entire family.
Does that stem from having a more traditional viewpoint?
Big factor is Confucianism that came from China. Those teachings were like, hey, respect the elders, value your family, your body is part of your family's body.
Do you see that, you know, potentially changing at all?
Usually younger people, right? Younger generations, they would want to make changes. Of course, lawmakers have to make changes, right? Basically, elder people are controlling the politics, the government, because they would naturally vote for people who say they want to support the elder. So whatever laws that might support youth, young people, or like whatever laws that are considered really behind with the international view, it's still so hard for Japan to make changes because, again, elder people, major voters, and then they have the traditional value that comes from Confucianism.
So would you say that the younger generation, do you see them straying at all?
That path is getting more popular, of course, especially among young people, like doing what they want to do. But at the same time, it is difficult to survive that way, especially financially. People do typically just get a random job at a random company, just office worker, just do boring stuff every day. And that's the kind of life that many people have in Japan. So
Just following the status quo.
Right. So it's so easy for them to give up on their dreams or stuff that they want to do. That's why they many times escape to like reading manga, where the protagonist is doing the stuff that you wanted to do.
At least from my knowledge, anime and manga is very, very popular in Japan.
So that's why there is like huge difference between what anime shows and what the reality shows. Students would, ask me like, so Japan is really gay friendly, right? But then it's not. Like people who watch anime would think that way.
Oh,
right?
totally, yeah.
Right? There are lots of gay anime, really open.
Yeah.
It's like that because it's the opposite in reality in Japan. Really extreme double standard. Like in anime, in media, if you're a celebrity, then it's okay for you to be gay. But then in reality, if you open up that you're gay, and that's a problem. You can't do that. For example, in my entire life in Japan, I've never met anyone who was openly gay in my entire life. Yeah, like.
Oh my gosh.
And that's normal in Japanese society. And whenever you start to want to express yourself, you're considered a weirdo, and you might be bullied, ostracized. That would make you be discouraged to continue being yourself. Just go back to being the same boring person.
I guess we've been talking about a lot of things that, could have the potential for change. Is there something in the culture that you are proud of?
I guess, yeah, of course there's pros and cons and everything. I personally take that as my responsibility to share the negative side because usually people who are interested in Japanese language or Japan only have the positive side of Japan. I take it as my personal responsibility to share those. Not saying like everyone should hate Japan.
No, no.
What I want to do is, of course, like to see the truth of something, we should be looking at that in many different angles, including good stuff, bad stuff, and then it's up to you to decide if you like that thing
Right.
or not. Good stuff is like two sides of the same coin. Because of the Confucianistic teaching of respecting the elder, respecting the whole family, when you summarize those teachings, you're putting yourself down so that you
It's like
respect those stuff,
it's
right?
like very intense people pleasing.
Right. So with that, the good outcome that comes is the politeness. You go to restaurant, walking on the street, you get lost, people will help you. The customer service, they're so polite, they always smile. Even when it's your fault, they will say sorry to you.
Dang.
Yeah. You can take that as one positive side that people do respect other people.
Right.
Because of the collectivist society, we do follow the rules. Because we follow the rules, places are clean usually.
Which is nice.
Right.
I like a clean city. So would you say that like daily life is more fast-paced or slow-paced based on some of the stuff that we've been talking about?
Day life in Tokyo or many other big cities, they're really fast-paced. Other areas, like rural areas, is pretty slow. I did grow up in a rural area in Wakayama Prefecture for a while, and it was that kind of neighborhood where my neighbor would come to our house to give some extra, vegetables that he harvested, or we would always keep our door unlocked.
Wow, keep the door unlocked. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we didn't need to worry about people, breaking in and stuff.
How would you say that crime goes down? Because I assume that, crime still happens anywhere you go. You are more trusting of your neighbors and you know your neighbors enough to not lock your doors. But I assume that, crime still happens. Is there a different enforced system? Or is it just, that rooted that you can expect the crime not to happen?
Japan is considered one of the safest countries to live in.
Wow!
You do see many women walking alone at night, which is something you can't see here in this country.
No.
Or 5-year-old kid taking train alone. Yeah, those stuff happen because it's safe. Whoa. 46,000 people in 1 year die from gun violence.
Oh my god.
In the United States. What do you think? How many people are killed by gunshots in Japan in 1 year?
Of course, the US is a bit bigger than the island.
About close to 3 times bigger. So Japan has
3 times
about
bigger.
120 million, United States about 300 something million, so a third of the size. So if we have the same rate of people dying because of gun violence in Japan as in the United States, then the number would come up to 15,000 people every year would die in Japan.
502,000? That feels really low compared to those stats.
Statistically, the average is 2. Only 2
What?
people die because of gunshots in Japan.
What?
Japan is an island country. It's a lot easier to control guns being
Totally, yeah.
smuggled, right?
Yeah.
Even when you look at police officers, not everyone has guns. When I came here in the United States, that was one of the biggest cultural shocks. I understood that in the United States, their way of trying to control people from not committing crimes is to make people be scared of the police officers so that they maybe won't do bad stuff. Japan though, their philosophy is that they exist to serve the people. So they are actually below the people. They're just serving, right? So with that, you actually see common people yelling at police officers, having argument and police officer apologizing, that kind of normal people stuff. So police officers in Japan, many people do have positive image that, they're nice, they're here to support us, serve and help us. So it's a huge difference living here.
Is there like any other different culture shocks that you had when you came to America?
The usage of I love you, or frequency of using like phrases like I love you, or even like we are best friends. In Japan, those terms, I love you, we are best friends, it's really literal, serious. When you say I love you to someone, it is like to the person you want to live for the rest of your life. If you say, hey, this person is my best friend, literally is your best friend, like once in a lifetime person that you have. Here, when I came here and I started trying to make friends and stuff, this American person would be like, hey, we're best friends. Like in a casual way. When I heard that, in my mind, I was like, no, we're not best friends. We're just friends. But then people say like best friends so easily, so casually. And also, the phrase I love you. Even when we are dating, we usually don't say I love you. We say I like you. So that kind of seriousness, the gap between the seriousness, I think was one of the biggest culture shocks.
So there's a lot of different ways that people interact and show their appreciation for others, work together. I see a lot of really, really great things that have come out of that collectivism culture. I mean, the police system, for one, that sounds significantly better of a system, although you are expected to fit in a box. I can see a lot of the different pros and cons when it comes to this culture. And I'm so excited to continue to talk about this with you because I've learned a lot. It's great that you have that direct viewpoint because you've been there and you live there. If you want to remind people, you grew up there.
6 years in Osaka, 8 or 9 years in Wakayama Prefecture. Yeah,
Nice.
So both are in the same area. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you watched to the end of this video, you gotta hit that subscribe for us.
Thank you, Izzy, for asking lots of good questions.
Definitely comment if you have any questions that we maybe didn't cover today that you would maybe want me to ask for next time. Well, thank you for joining us. See you next time.
Yep. See you.